Hello and welcome to this special segment on NewsX. I'm Udar Pratap Singh, where we track the single most important question on everybody's minds: who's winning Delhi? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to see the poll of polls right here on NewsX at 6 p.m. on the 5th of February. And the results will be live all day right here on the 8th of February. But until then, we're presenting to you this daily expertometer, where analysts are putting together what they feel is the pulse of the people. Joining us today is Nikhil Jain, political consultant. Thank you for being with us today and speaking with us, Nikhil. Welcome to the show. Well, we're witnessing a tripartite battle in the national capital between the BJP, the AAP, as well as the Congress. What do you think is going to be the division of the 70 seats? Which party will bag how many seats?
So I think this is one of the very interesting elections where, so far as many people are concerned, they're going to look at it as a bipolar contest, and some people like yourself are calling it a tripartite contest. Personally, I feel it is a tripartite contest, but where the Congress party is primarily fighting for vote share and not for a seat share. And how well the Congress party fights on the individual seats is going to determine how many seats are going to fall in the kitty of the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP respectively. Personally, what I think is that the Aam Aadmi Party would probably still make the government with about 40 to 45 seats, and the BJP would emerge as a strong opposition with 25 to 30 seats, while I don't expect the Congress Party to cross 2 to 5 seats. That being said, the Congress Party, I feel, is going to substantially increase its vote share from about 4.3% last time around to something around 8 to 11%. They are going to register their presence. And but that presence would primarily, that increase in the vote share is primarily, I feel, going to come at the cost of the Aam Aadmi Party, because so far as the BJP is concerned, we've seen it since 1993 that in every single election the BJP has gotten between 30.
Yes, but
33.
what's your numbers? What are your numbers looking like? What's
Numbers would be Aam Aadmi Party 40 to 45, BJP 25 to 30, and the Congress Party to about 2 to 5.
Okay. Now, what has prompted you to predict a reduction in the AAP's tally, though, this time?
The fact that the Congress is giving a much better fight, there is a lot of anti-incumbency that the Arvind Kejriwal government is facing. It's no longer a wave election where he can say, I'm a Kattar Imandar, I'm a revolutionary, or this or that. Everybody now knows that Arvind Kejriwal is a politician, just as like anybody from the Congress or the BJP. So anti-incumbency, no longer the charm of being a revolutionary, not being able to deliver on the promises, whatever may have been the reasons, but that is how it is. And at the same time, the Congress giving a stronger fight. So far as the BJP is concerned, I see them pretty much standing where they were in 2020, perhaps slightly at a lower place because Prime Minister Modi is not as big a factor today as he was in 2020. But because the Congress is expected to do, or at least I expect the Congress to do much better, they are simply going to eat into the vote share of the Aam Aadmi Party, and whichever seats the Aam Aadmi Party won by a close margin from the BJP, those seats can now go to the BJP, because the Aam Aadmi Party votes, a lot of the votes that the Aam Aadmi Party got in 2020 would now shift to the Congress.
Okay. You're predicting, though, that the BJP's numbers are increasing. Do you believe then that the momentum that they've built up this time after their Lok Sabha performance will continue?
Honestly, I do not look at BJP's performance post Lok Sabha as a momentum continuing, and I'll tell you why. When we talk about the elections that have been happening, we look at the BJP's win in Maharashtra, but we don't look at its loss in Jharkhand. We are simply not looking. The BJP is wonderful in creating this narrative and perception as if they are the only party who wins, and that is somehow the media, and including political analysts like me, carry on to talk about the BJP's victory while completely not realizing that they are losing in states as well. And it's not a very, jumbo jump in the vote share that they're seeing. It's basically an opposition that is not giving them a good enough fight. But in Delhi, that is not the case. The Aam Aadmi Party, for all its follies, for all the decline in its vote share and credibility of its leaders, still is going to give a very good fight. They're fighting a very good campaign. So I do not see any momentum continuing for the BJP. I simply don't see it as any momentum ever having been built. Other than their spectacular victory in Maharashtra, I don't see a momentum carrying on.
Right. What about the Congress? Why can't they bounce back? They've been so many years now out of power in Delhi. Earlier, of course, they had a very strong government here. Why are they not being able to bounce back?
Uday, I think the answer to your question lies in your question itself, that they've been out of power for so long that the Congress is lost for leaders and is lost for cadres. I'm not saying that they don't have leaders. They have a very good leader in Devinder Yadav right now. A couple of their senior ministers, ex-ministers like Harun Yusuf and Rajesh Lelotia and Sandeep Dixit, ex-ministers, ex-MPs are contesting. But that being said, as Sandeep Dixit himself admits, the Congress in Delhi does not have a pan-Delhi face. At the same time, any political party, in order to take its message to the last voter, in order to take its message to every doorstep, needs cadres and workers. And unfortunately for the Congress, that is almost absent. You look at the amount of crowds that a
Yes.
Congress candidate is able to pull, that is much lesser than what the Congress could pull 10 years ago, or what their rival candidate from the Aam Aadmi Party or the BJP would, for the simple reason that they don't have cadres, they don't have workers. If the Congress had a pan
Okay.
Delhi face, and if they would have had strong cadres on the ground,
Well, one of
I
the
am
prominent
sure
faces,
the
though,
Congress would have been in a real fight in terms of
one of the
seats.
prominent faces, though, is in the battle in New Delhi. In New Delhi seats, it's Sandeep Dixit versus Parvesh Verma of the BJP versus Arvind Kejriwal, of course, who's a sitting MLA, and of course the former CM and Aam Aadmi Party national convener. Who is going to emerge victorious in this seat, according to you?
I think that's a very interesting seat, and it must be looked at. So, see, a lot of people think that Sandeep Dixit has no footing in the New Delhi Assembly constituency, and let me tell them that they're grossly mistaken. When Sheila Dixit was the MLA for the New Delhi constituency from 1998 till 2013, it was Sandeep Dixit who was on the ground a lot of the times. He was the one who interacted with the voters. Now, New Delhi becomes a very interesting constituency because only about 35 to 40% of the constituents there are stable constituents, people who live in the juggies of New Delhi, and a very few elites who live in areas like Tony areas of the town like Golf Links and Joharbagh. But a lot of the voter base is a shifting voter base. That is
Right.
basically the government servants, central government servants who are transferred in. So which way they look at that impacts the election. But Sandeep Dixit has a lot of connect with the people living in the slum clusters within the New Delhi constituency.
What's your prediction? Who's winning?
Dixit does know the constituency in and out. So what I would see is a very good, personal contact-based election that Sandeep Dixit is going to fight. But because he doesn't have the kind of political visibility and popularity as Arvind Kejriwal, or the kind of
So
money
Arvind Kejriwal is
like
winning that
Parvez
seat, is
Verma
your
and
prediction?
BJP. Sorry?
Arvind is winning the seat, according to you.
I'm not sure. To be very honest, I'm not sure. The BJP is looking for a Nandigram repeat in Delhi, that even if they lose the government, they're
too
going to
close
make
to
the
call
CM
New
move from
Delhi.
his
What
constituency,
about
and I think that
Kalkaji?
might well happen.
What about Kalkaji? The constituency again seeing a tripartite contest.
Kalkaji, I feel again, Alka Lamba is giving a decent fight. I would not say as strong as Sandeep Dixit from what I've seen. Ramesh Biduri's comments have certainly backfired. I would have, perhaps if you asked me this question 3 weeks ago, I may have said Ramesh Biduri, but now no, I think it's going to be Atishi hands down.
Okay, Atishi is winning Kalkaji, according to you. What about Malviya Nagar? Malviya Nagar, another interesting battle there. Aam Aadmi Party incumbent MLA Somnath Bharti against the BJP's Satish Upadhyay and the Congress's Jitendra Kochar.
Personally, I feel Somnath Bharti, for the simple reason that Somnath Bharti is known to have a very strong connect on the ground. He's known to engage with his constituents in large parts of the constituency. While the other two players from both the parties, they don't have the kind of stature that Somnath Bharti has.
Karol Bagh, another crucial battle here. BJP's fielded their National General Secretary Dushyant Gautam against the AP's MLA who's been in the constituency now for a while, Vishesh Ravi.
To be honest, Karol Bagh seat is something I've not really seen, so I would not like to comment on that.
Okay, no comments for Karol Bagh. All right, thank you very much, Nikhil Jain, for joining us. What the final result will be, of course, we'll wait and watch. But thank you for joining us for your expert take today.